So in yesterday class, we discussed different types of signals. Those are sinusoidal and non-sinusoidal signals. And the definition of circuit. Circuit is nothing but it is made with components. So some active components and passive components are together. So it forms a circuit for particular operation. For particular operation. And what are the different types of non-sinusoidal signals? Step input, pulse input, ramp input, exponential input, square wave input. So these all are non-sinusoidal signals. Okay, so in this session, I'm going to explain you about linear wave shaping circuits. Linear wave shaping circuits. Okay, so this is our first unit. So these are the contents. These are the contents in first unit. Okay, so first, what is linear wave shaping? So linear wave shaping is nothing but, so first, what is linear wave shaping? A linear is nothing but a linear circuit, linear network. It is made with linear elements. Those are resistor, capacitor and inductor. For example, if non-sinusoidal signals are transmitted through linear network, so the shape of those signals are altered at its output. Okay. So if we transmit the non-sinusoidal signals, these through linear network, so the shape of that signals is altered. That is nothing but linear wave shaping. Okay. If sinusoidal signal is applied to this linear network, so the shape of that signal is preserved at the output. Means shape remains same. Okay, but there may be change in amplitude, phase. Okay, so shape remains same. Okay, that is nothing but a linear wave shaping. Linear wave shaping. So it is made with a resistor, capacitor and inductor. Okay, so here in this session, I'm going to explain you about low pass RC circuit. So if we give step signal as input, what is the output response? If we give pulse signal as input, what is the output response? So we are going to observe the output responses for these two inputs. For these two inputs. Okay, so before going to that, what we call it a low pass RC circuit. Low pass RC circuit means we are taking the output across the capacitor. Across the capacitor. So here we are taking the output across the capacitor. So this is simple RC circuit. If we take the output across the capacitor, that is called low pass RC circuit. Okay, so the name itself indicates low pass RC. The name itself indicates low pass RC means it allows or it passes low frequency signals only. Low frequency signals only. Attenuates high frequency signals means it stops high frequency signals and allows or passes only low frequency signals. Okay, so how can we observe the frequency response? So from the frequency response curve graph, we may observe this filtering action. This filtering action. Okay, so see here, for this circuit, we are applying sinusoidal signal as input. If we apply sinusoidal signal as input, so in output also we get sinusoidal, but there may be change in amplitude or there may be change in phase. That is only the difference between the input and output. Okay. See here, what is V naught of T here? What is output here? Output across the capacitor. Okay, so the voltage across the capacitor is equal to voltage across this one. How can we find voltage across this one is equal to VI into. So what we have to consider? We have to consider the reactance of the capacitance here. So what is the reactance of the capacitor? XC. So what is the notation? XC divided by total impedance in the circuit. What is the total impedance? Resistance plus the capacitance. reactance, the reactance of the capacitance. So R plus jXc. Okay, so R plus XC, XC is nothing but 1 by J to 1 by J 2 pi FC. Okay, if we substitute. So this is the response of RC circuit, low pass RC circuit for sinusoidal input. Okay, see here, what is V naught of t? Vi of t into Xc divided by R plus Xc. So put X is equal to 1 by J omega C. Okay, so after putting, what is omega? Omega is equal to 2 pi f. What is omega? Omega is equal to 2 pi f. Okay, so common terms are cancelled. So after that, V naught by Vi is equal to 1 divided by 1 plus J omega RC. 1 plus J omega RC. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to draw the frequency response curve to observe the filtering action. To observe the filtering action. Okay, so we have to plot the graph between frequency versus magnitude of gain. Frequency versus magnitude of gain. So here I am going to find the magnitude. So what is magnitude? What is magnitude? So 1 divided by square root of 1 plus omega RC whole square. If the term contains both real part and imaginary part, like a plus jb is equal to square root of a square plus b square is the magnitude. Okay. So after that, see here, 1 divided by square root of 1 plus, what is omega? 2 pi f. What is omega? 2 pi f. 2 pi f RC. RC whole square. Whole square. Okay. So from this, here 2 pi RC is constant. 2 pi RC is constant. Okay. So here RC is called time constant. This time constant is depends on resistor and capacitor values. Resistance and capacitance values. Okay. So we know that the frequency always inversely proportional to the time. Okay, so from this I'm observing, I'm representing F2. F2 is equal to, I'm assuming F2 is equal to 1 divided by 2 pi RC. 2 pi RC. 1 divided by 2 pi RC. See here, the time constant is always inversely proportional to the frequency. Okay, so here 2 pi RC is constant. So here I am assuming this is as F2 is equal to 1 by 2 pi RC. So after substituting here, so what is the magnitude of gain is equal to 1 divided by square root of 1 plus F divided by F2 whole square. F divided by F2 whole square. F2 is nothing but cutoff frequency. F2 is nothing but cutoff frequency. Okay. సో మనం ఏం చెప్తున్నాము, లో పాస్ ఫిల్టర్ అంటే లో ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీస్ ని పాస్ చేస్తుంది, హై ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీస్ ని అటెన్యూయేట్ చేస్తుంది అని చెప్తున్నాం కదా. అంటే ఏంటది, మనం ఒక పర్టికులర్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీకి ఎబో ఉన్న ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీస్ ని అటెన్యూయేట్ చేయాలి, బిలో ఉన్న ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీస్ ని పాస్ చేయాలి. సో ఆ పర్టికులర్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీనే మనం కట్ ఆఫ్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ అంటాం. ఆ కట్ ఆఫ్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీకి బిలో ఉన్న వాటిని ఎలో చేస్తుంది, ఎబో ఉన్న వాటిని అటెన్యూయేట్ చేస్తుంది. మరి ఆ కట్ ఆఫ్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ ఎలా డిటర్మైన్ చేస్తాము, అది దేని మీద డిపెండ్ అయి ఉంటుంది, మీరు సర్క్యూట్ లో ఇచ్చే ఆర్సీ ఎలిమెంట్స్ మీద డిపెండ్ అయి ఉంటుంది. Okay, so F2 is equal to 1 by 2 pi RC. So this is the magnitude of gain. So here we get the relation between the frequency and magnitude of gain. Magnitude of gain. Okay, so we can represent it in angular frequency omega, or we can represent it in tau also. So this is the standard expression. Magnitude of gain is equal to 1 divided by square root of 1 plus F by F2 whole square. f by f2 whole square. Okay. Okay. So after that, so we have to draw the frequency response graph. Okay. So we already get the expression. What is that expression? Magnitude of gain is equal to 1 divided by square root of 1 plus f divided by f2 whole square. f2 whole square. Okay. So here I'm taking an x-axis frequency, y-axis magnitude of gain. X-axis frequency, y-axis magnitude of gain. In x-axis, we have another component also. We have another value also, that is f2. That is f2. So you need to represent this f2 in x-axis. So you can represent here, you can represent here. So I am representing here is f2. Okay. So here I am assuming cases. For example, if the frequencies are less than f2, if the frequency is equal to f2, or if the frequency is greater than f2, so what is the magnitude? What is the magnitude? For example, if the frequency means f is very much less than f2, very much less than f2. If f is very much less than f2, means here I am assuming ideal case. For example, if f is equal to 0, if f is equal to 0, so put f is equal to 0. What is magnitude? 1. What is the magnitude of gain? 1 means at 0 frequency. What is the magnitude of gain here? 1. So you have to represent here. Okay. And next, so this is first case. And next, at f is equal to f2. At f is equal to f2 means the frequency is equal to the cutoff frequency. So at this point, what is the magnitude of gain? So substitute f is equal to f2. So this is 1. 1 divided by square root 2. 1 divided by square root 2. 1 divided by square root 2 means what is the value here? 0 0.707. 0.707 means at f2, so 0.707 is here, so you have to mark here, you have to mark here. And next case is if f is greater than f2, if f is greater than f2. Okay. So if f is greater than f2 or very much greater than f2, very much greater than f2. So here also I am assuming ideal case. Okay. So ideally I am assuming if f is infinite, if f is infinite, if you substitute infinite is here, what is the magnitude of gain? 0. What is the magnitude of gain? 0. But practically there is no infinite frequency. Okay. So but practically if the frequency goes on increasing, practically if the frequency goes on increasing, so what is the magnitude of gain? Goes on decreasing, goes on decreasing. At somewhere it reaches some 0.00, some like that. Okay. So this is the frequency response curve. So this particular frequency, what we call it as upper cutoff frequency. So we have upper cutoff frequency for the low pass filter or higher cutoff frequency. Okay. So below this frequency, it passes all the signals. It passes all the signals who has the frequency less than f2, and it attenuates the signals having the frequency is greater than f2, having the frequency is greater than f2. So this is low pass filter. Okay. So after getting the expression or relation between the magnitude of gain and frequency, what we have to do? We have to plot the graph to observe the filtering action. To observe the filtering action. Okay. So these are the points. Okay, so note down these points and draw the graph. Okay, so after that, see here at f is equal to f2, if the frequency is less than f2, if the frequency is greater than f2. So we, from these values, from these cases, we plotted the response. Okay. So this is a low pass RC circuit for sinusoidal input. If we give sinusoidal signal as its input and output also sinusoidal, but here we have filtering action takes place. Okay, it allows only low frequency signals and attenuates high frequency signals. In similar way, so we have to observe the frequency, we have to observe the output response of low pass RC circuit if the signal is step input. If the signal is step input. Okay. See here, we are applying step signal as input. We are applying step signal as input. Okay, so this we are applying this step signal as input to low pass RC circuit. Okay, so what is output response? What is output response? Okay, so we can analyze the circuit mathematically and theoretically. Okay, so we have two ways we can analyze the output response theoretically and mathematically. So here I'm going to explain you mathematical analysis. So if you want to plot the output response, okay, so here we are not observing the filtering action. Okay, so no need to plot the graph between frequency and magnitude. So you have to plot the graph between the time and output. Time and output means if we are giving the time domain signal as input, so you have to plot the output also time domain signal. Okay, so here we are going to taking some simple explanation. See here. Okay. See. Okay. So here I'm going to find V naught of t for the given input, for the given step signal. Okay. So if you want to find V naught of t, so first here I'm drawing low pass RC circuit. Okay. So this is low pass RC circuit. Okay. So for this circuit, we are giving step signal as input. So what is step signal? Vi of t is equal to V. When Vi of t is equal to V, t is greater or equal to 0. T is greater or equal to 0. Otherwise, this input is equal to 0 when t is less than 0. Okay, so here R and C are elements. R and C are elements. So what we have to find? We have to find output response V naught of t for this given input. Okay. So here I'm simply applying. I'm simply applying. Okay. KVL. KVL. Okay. So if we apply KVL, so after applying what is, see here, minus V plus, so what is the voltage here? I of t into R. I of t into R plus, and what we have here, voltage across the capacitor. So here I'm going to write directly V naught of t. V naught of t, okay, is equal to 0. Okay, so this is the expression after applying KVL. So this is the expression. So what is the unknown parameter here? Current is unknown parameter. What is current is unknown parameter here. Okay, from this circuit, what is V naught? We know that V naught is nothing but voltage across the capacitor. So what is voltage across the capacitor? What is voltage across the capacitor? 1 by C into integral I of t into dt. Integral I of t into dt. Okay. So from this, I am going to find the current in terms of known parameters. Okay, from this expression, I am going to write I of t is equal to so what is I of t? See here, C into dv naught of t by dt. dv naught of t by dt. dv naught of t by dt. Okay. So if you substitute this I in this equation, okay, so we can say V is equal to RC into dv naught of t by dt plus V naught of t. Okay. So this is the time domain expression. Okay. So if you want to analyze the circuit or if you want to get the output response in time domain, so better to analyze the circuit in frequency domain. See here, this is a linear differential equation. So these linear differential equations we can easily analyze in S domain. So what I am going to do here, I'm applying Laplace transform. So if you want to convert this time domain into S domain, so you have to apply Laplace transform on both sides. So here I'm applying Laplace transform. So for this constant V by S. Here instead of RC, we are representing tau. Tau is nothing but time constant RC. Or you may take directly RC here. For this differentiation, what is the Laplace transform? S into V naught of S. And here we have V naught only. So for V naught of t, here this is V naught of t. Okay, V naught of t is nothing but here in S domain. Okay, so see here V naught of t, so we have to write V naught of S. Okay, so after that, what is the common term? V naught of S. So we get like this. Okay, so if you want to convert this S domain, you have to convert this S domain again to time domain. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to apply inverse Laplace transform. Okay, so for that purpose, so I'm writing here, so V naught of S is equal to okay, so V by tau divided by S into S plus 1 by tau. సో ఇక్కడ మీరు ఏం చేయాలి అంటే డినామినేటర్ లోకి రావాలి. ఎస్ టర్మ్స్ అన్ని ఏం రావాలి? ఎస్ టర్మ్స్ అన్ని మనకి ఇక్కడ డినామినేటర్ లోకి రావాలి. ఓకే, సో అలా మీరు V naught of S రాయాలి. V naught of S is equal to V by tau divided by S plus S into S plus 1 by tau. Here tau is nothing but RC. So you have to remind that point. Tau is nothing but RC. Okay, after that, if you want to convert this S domain again to time domain, so what we have to do, we have to find the partial fractions. Why? Because we have two S components, two S terms in the denominator. Okay, so that's why I am going to find the partial fractions. So here A by S plus B divided by S plus 1 by tau. S plus 1 by tau. Okay, so after that we have to find A value and B value. A value and B value. Okay, so after finding A value and B value, so what is A? A is equal to, we get V. What is B? B is equal to minus V. If we substitute, instead of A is equal to V, instead of B is equal to minus V. So we have the output expression is in S domain is like this. Okay, so after that I'm applying inverse Laplace transform on both sides. So after applying inverse Laplace transform on both sides, what is V naught of t? V naught of t is equal to V 1 by S ki inverse Laplace transform apply చేస్తే ఏమొస్తుంది మనకి V. Okay, only 1 అన్నమాట. V into 1 V minus V into 1 divided by, so 1 divided by S minus A is equal to, if we apply inverse Laplace transform, we get e power at. Okay, so we have to write 1 divided by S minus of minus 1 by tau, minus 1 by tau. Okay, so here e power minus, okay, A is nothing but 1 by tau. A is nothing but 1 by tau into t. So this is the output expression. If we give the step signal as input, so we get the output response is like this. Okay, so what is V naught of t? V naught of t is equal to V into, if we common V, 1 minus e power minus t by tau. Minus t by tau. Okay, so this is the expression V naught of t is equal to, if we common V, 1 minus e power minus t by tau. Okay, and next we draw the graph. So see here I'm taking x-axis as time and y-axis is V naught of t. Okay, so what is V naught of t? V naught of t is equal to V into 1 minus e power minus t divided by tau. T divided by tau. So here you may observe the graph is exponentially increasing. The graph is exponentially increases and reaches the maximum value Okay, so when it reaches the maximum value, that is depending on the time constant tau. That is depends on the time constant tau. Okay, so for example, if the RC time constant is very small, if the RC time constant is very small, if the time constant is very small, so within less time it reaches maximum value. When the time constant is very small, okay, when the time constant is very large, RC time constant is very large, it reaches maximum value at somewhere. Okay, so when, if the time constant is very large, so this will be like this. Okay, so this is the graph. So we can draw the graph at different time instants, okay, so this is the graph so this is the graph. Okay, so this condition is, if the time constant is very small, if the time constant is very small, it reaches a maximum value within that time. Okay, within that less time. Okay, if the time constant is very large, it reaches maximum value at some point, at somewhere. Okay, so this is the graph. Okay, So you can plot, we can plot this graph at different time instants. In x-axis, we are taking time. So this is varies. So we may consider in milliseconds, microseconds, seconds. So depending on that, this value is changes. Okay. So from this expression, we can say that if the signal is input signal, if the signal is step, input signal is step, so what is the output response? Exponentially increases. Exponentially increases. Okay. So from this, we are going to find a parameter rise time. Rise time. Rise time is nothing but. Rise time is nothing but. See here, rise time ఎలా డిఫైన్ చేయొచ్చు అంటే, సో మనకి 10% నుంచి 90% ని రీచ్ అవడానికి పట్టిన టైం. సో ఇది మాక్సిమం వాల్యూ. సో ఈ మాక్సిమం వాల్యూలో అది 10% నుంచి 90% ని రీచ్ అవడానికి పట్టిన టైం నే మనం ఏమంటాము? రైస్ టైం అంటాము. ఓకే. సో 10% ని రీచ్ అవడానికి సమ్ t1 అనే టైం దగ్గర రీచ్ అయిందని అజ్యూమ్ చేసుకోండి. ఓకే. అండ్ 90% ని అట్ t2 సమ్ t2 అనే టైం దగ్గర రీచ్ అయిందని అజ్యూమ్ చేసుకోండి. సో హియర్ వాట్ ఈస్ రైస్ టైమ్? రైస్ టైమ్ is equal to t2 minus t1. Rise time is equal to t2 minus t1. Okay. So that is we are going to find. So this is rise time. Rise time is nothing but the time taken by the output to reach 10% to 90% of its final value. That is called a rise time. That is called rise time. So we already get the final expression. What is V naught of t? V naught of t is equal to V into 1 minus e power minus t by tau. E power minus t by tau. So from this expression, for example, at t is equal to t1, at t is equal to t1, it reaches 10% of its final value. It reaches 10% of its final value. Okay, means what is V naught? సో మనకి ఫైనల్ వాల్యూలో 10% ని రీచ్ అయింది. 10% అంటే ఏంటి? 10% ఆఫ్ ఫైనల్ వాల్యూ అంటున్నాం కదా, అంటే ఏంటి? 10% ఆఫ్ వి అని అర్థం. 10% ఆఫ్ వి. సో 10 divided by 100 వేయండి. At t is equal to t1, what is v naught here? 0.1 into v. That is at t is equal to t1. So just substitute at t is equal to t1 and v naught is equal to 0.1 into v. So v gets cancelled. What is t1 here? T1 is equal to 0.1 into tau. 1 into tau. In similar way, at t equal to t2, output reaches 90% of its final value. 90% of its final value means 0.9 into v. So you have to substitute in this equation at t is equal to t2, and instead of v naught you have to write 0.9 into v. After that you have to find, t2. So here t2 is equal to 2.3 into rc. So 2.3 into rc is nothing but tau. Rc is nothing but tau. So what we have to find here? Rise time. What is rise time? T2 minus T1. What is rise time? T2 minus T1. Okay. What is rise time? T2 minus T1. Okay. So after finding that, see here T2 is equal to 2.3 into tau. So after that TR is equal to T2 minus T1, that is equal to 2.2 into RC. So this is the rise time. So what is rise time? Rise time is equal to 2.2 into RC. 2.2 into RC or 2.2 into tau. That is nothing but rise time. That is nothing but a rise time. Okay. So here so this is the relation between the, this one is the relation between the upper cutoff frequency, also we call it as upper 3 dB frequency, and rise time. Okay. So what is rise time here? We have 2.2 into RC. Instead of RC, I'm going to write here tau. Okay, and we know that the cutoff frequency or upper cutoff frequency or upper 3 dB frequency. What is upper 3 dB frequency? F2 is equal to 1 by 2 pi RC. So 2 pi into, instead of RC, I'm going to write here tau. Okay, so you have to get the relation between these two. So what I'm going to do here, rise time is equal to, rise time is equal to 2.2 into. So instead of tau, I'm going to write 1 by 2 pi F2. 1 by 2 pi F2. So after substituting, 1 by 2 pi F2 is nothing but 2.2 divided by 2 pi into F2. 2 pi into F2. That is nothing but, okay, after substituting the tau value. So what is tau? 1 by 2 pi F2. Sorry, 1 by 2 pi F2. 1 by 2 pi F2. Okay, so after substituting, so you will get 0.35 divided by F2. 0.35 divided by F2. So this is the relation between the upper cutoff frequency and rise time and rise time and rise time. Okay, so this is the output response. Okay, if the input is step input. Okay, so you have to remember, if the input signal is step signal to the low pass RC circuit and the output is exponentially increases, output is exponentially increases. Okay, and what is the rise time? Rise time TR is equal to 2.2 into RC. What is rise time? Rise time is nothing but the time taken by the output to reach 10%, to reach from 10% to 90% of its final value. That is nothing but rise time. And this is the relation between the rise time and upper cutoff frequency. What is the relation? Rise time is equal to 0.35 divided by F2. F2 is nothing but upper 3 dB frequency or upper cutoff frequency. Okay, see here we can observe the different values. At 10%, what is the time? So we already find at 10%, what is the time? 0.1 into tau. At 90%, so what is the time? 2.3 into RC. So the difference between these two is 2.2 into RC. Okay, and next, at tau is equal to RC. At tau is equal to RC means the time constant is equal to RC. So it reaches 0.632 of its final value. That is nothing but 63% of its final value. 63% of its final value when T is equal to RC. When T is equal to RC. Okay. Okay. And next, so this is the circuit. So the response of low pass RC circuit for the pulse input. For the pulse input. Okay. So in this circuit, you may observe this input is pulse input. Pulse input means, what is pulse? Here I am assuming this is the width of the pulse. Okay. So this pulse width is ends at T is equal to TP. Okay, so what is the input equation? Vi of t is equal to, Vi of t is equal to V. When it is equal to V, when the input is lies in between, when the input is lies in between 0 to Tp, in between 0 to Tp, and it is equal. So if we are giving this pulse signal as input, so we have to observe what is the output response. Okay. See here, I'm drawing the graph at three different cases. At three different cases. See here, this is pulse input. So this pulse input seems to be like step between 0 to TP, between 0 to TP. Okay, so first step input, what is the response? Exponentially increases. What is the response? Exponentially increases. Okay, so from that case, okay, so I'm drawing the curve. See here, between 0 to TP, so if the input is step, so what is output? Output goes on exponentially increases. Okay, so here I am taking the time constant tau. The time constant tau is very much greater than the pulse width. Is very much greater than the pulse width. Means if the RC time constant is very much greater than, if the RC time constant is very much greater than the pulse width, means it goes on exponentially, it exponentially increases and reaches some value, but it not reaches to maximum value. It not reaches to maximum value. So see here, I am representing the input with dotted lines, okay. So here here the output reaches to some voltage at t is equal to TP, but it not reaches to maximum value. Why? Because the RC time constant is very much greater than the pulse width. Means it takes more time. It takes more time to reach maximum value. ఇక్కడ చూడండి, మనం తీసుకుంటున్న కేసు ఏంటి? ఇది మనం ఇచ్చిన పల్స్ ఇన్పుట్. ఈ పల్స్ ఇన్పుట్ లో మీరు అబ్జర్వ్ చేసినట్లయితే 0 to TP ఏముంది? మనకి స్టెప్ సిగ్నలే ఉంది. ఓకే, ఫర్ స్టెప్ ఇన్పుట్ వాట్ వీ హ్యావ్, ఇఫ్ ద సిగ్నల్ is step, that is giving as input to the low pass RC circuit, what is the output response? Output response ఏంటి? exponential గా increase అవుతుంది and final గా maximum value ని reach అవుతుంది. సో ఆ మాక్సిమం వాల్యూ రీచ్ అయ్యేది దేని మీద డిపెండ్ అయి ఉంటుంది? మీకు ఆర్సీ టైం కాన్స్టెంట్ మీద డిపెండ్ అయి ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, సో ఆర్సీ టైం కాన్స్టెంట్ కనుక బాగా ఎక్కువగా ఉందనుకోండి పల్స్ విడ్త్ కన్నా, అంటే ఏంటి? అది మాక్సిమం వాల్యూని రీచ్ అవ్వడానికి ఎక్కువ టైం పడుతుంది అని అర్థం. ఓకే, కానీ ఈ లోపే మనకి ఏమైంది? ఇన్పుట్ అనేది సడన్ గా మాక్సిమం వాల్యూ నుంచి జీరోకి ఫాల్ అయింది. అంటే ఏంటి? ఇది మాక్సిమం వాల్యూని రీచ్ అవ్వదు కదా. ఈ పాయింట్ నుంచి మళ్ళీ ఏమవుతుంది? అది ఎక్స్పోనెన్షియల్ గా డిక్రీజ్ అవుతుంది. ఏమవుతుంది? అది ఎక్స్పోనెన్షియల్ గా డిక్రీజ్ అవుతుంది. ఎందుకు? ఎట్ t is equal TP, ఇట్ సడన్లీ ఫాల్స్ టు 0. మనం అవుట్పుట్ అక్రాస్ ద కెపాసిటర్ తీసుకుంటున్నాం కాబట్టి కెపాసిటర్ డజంట్ అలౌ సడన్ చేంజెస్. కాబట్టి ఇట్ టేక్స్ సమ్ టైమ్ టు ఫాల్ టు 0. ఇట్ టేక్స్ సమ్ టైమ్ టు ఫాల్ టు 0. ఓకే, so here I'm writing expressions. okay, so మనకి ఏంటి? మనం ఆల్రెడీ స్టెప్ ఇన్పుట్ ఇచ్చినప్పుడు మనకి అవుట్పుట్ ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్ తెలుసు. ఏంటది? v naught of t is equal to v into 1 minus e power minus t by RC, ఓకే. సో ఫ్రమ్ దట్ ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్ ఇక్కడ ఏంటిది? మనకి ఇన్పుట్ స్టెప్ ఇచ్చినప్పుడు ఇది ఎక్స్పోనెన్షియలే కదా, ఎక్స్పోనెన్షియల్ గానే ఇంక్రీజ్ అవుతుంది. కాబట్టి ఈ ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్ అలానే ఉంటుంది. ఏంటి? v naught of t is equal to v into 1 minus e power minus t by RC. దీన్ని v naught 1 అని తీసుకోండి. ఓకే, అండ్ ఎట్ t is equal to TP, అంటే t is equal to TP దగ్గర వాట్ ఈస్ v naught of t? ఎక్కడ రీచ్ అయ్యి? v naught of t ఏ పాయింట్ ని రీచ్ అయిందమ్మా? VP ని రీచ్ అయింది. అంటే ఈ పాయింట్ దగ్గర t is equal to TP దగ్గర వాట్ ఈస్ ద అవుట్పుట్ వోల్టేజ్? VP. అంటే ఇన్స్టెడ్ ఆఫ్ v naught of t we have to write VP. VP is equal to v into 1 minus e power minus i. సో at t is equal to TP దగ్గర రీచ్ అయింది కదా, సో minus TP by RC. ఓకే, and next at t is equal to TP, input suddenly falls from v to 0. So the voltage across the capacitor doesn't allow sudden changes. So we are taking output across the capacitor. So ఏమవుతుంది మనకి? ఇక్కడ VP నుంచి అది కూడా గ్రాడ్యువల్ గా డిక్రీజ్ అవుతూ ఫైనల్ గా 0 ని రీచ్ అవుతుంది. ఓకే, ఎక్స్పోనెన్షియల్ గా డిక్రీజ్ అవుతుంది. Okay, so here we are going to write another expression, that is v naught 2 of t, v naught 2 of t. సో ఎక్కడి నుంచి ఫాలో అవుతుంది, మనకి ఇక్కడ ఉన్న వోల్టేజ్ నుంచి డిక్రీజ్ అవుతుంది గ్రాడ్యువల్ గా. సో v naught 2 of t is equal to vp ఇంటూ ఎలా డిక్రీజ్ అవుతుంది, మనకి ఇది ఎక్స్పోనెన్షియల్ గా డిక్రీజ్ అవుతుంది. ఎలా డిక్రీజ్ అవుతుంది, ఎక్స్పోనెన్షియల్ గా డిక్రీజ్ అవుతుంది. Okay, so actually we can find the voltage across the capacitor at any instant of time, at any instant of time by using this equation. So what is this equation? V final plus V initial minus V final into e power minus of t minus ti divided by RC. ఇక్కడ చూడండి, నేను ఎందుకు ఇక్కడ ఈ ఈక్వేషన్ రాస్తున్నాను అంటే, ఇది విపి నుంచి ఎక్స్పోనెన్షియల్ గా డిక్రీజ్ అవుతూ ఒక సమ్ పాయింట్ దగ్గర మనకి రీచ్ అవుతుంది. సో ఇక్కడ టీ అనేది అన్నోన్ టైం. ఓకే, సో ఇక్కడ చూడండి, ఇది ఇనిషియల్ వాల్యూ, ఫైనల్ వాల్యూని రీచ్ అవుతుంది ఒక పాయింట్ దగ్గర. ఓకే, సో ఫైనల్ వాల్యూ మనం ఏమని అజ్యూమ్ చేసుకుంటున్నాము, జీరో. ఫైనల్ వాల్యూ ఏమని అజ్యూమ్ చేసుకుంటున్నాము, జీరో. ఇనిషియల్ వాల్యూ ఏంటి, మనకి ఎక్కడి నుంచి ఫాలో అవుతుంది, విపి. ఓకే, ఫైనల్ వాల్యూ జీరో అనమాట. ఇంటూ ఈ పవర్ మైనస్, సో సమ్వేర్ ఒక పాయింట్ దగ్గర జీరో అవుతుంది, అది తెలీదు, దాన్ని మనం టీ అని తీసుకుంటాం. అండ్ వాట్ ఈస్ ఇనిషియల్ టైమ్, వీ హ్యావ్ టు కన్సిడర్ టీపీ. సో టీ మైనస్ టీపీ divided by RC. T minus TP divided by RC. T minus TP divided by RC. Okay, so we can write this expression also by using this formula. Okay, so ఇక్కడ నుంచి ఇక్కడ వరకు కదా మనం ఎక్స్పోనెన్షియల్ గా ఇంక్రీజ్ అవుతుంది అని తీసుకుంది, అవునా. ఇనిషియల్ టైం ఏంటి ఇక్కడ, జీరో. అండ్ ఇక్కడ మనకి ఎండ్ టైం ఏంటి, టీపీ. సో వాట్ ఈస్ ద ఫైనల్ వాల్యూ, ఎటువైపు రీచ్ అవ్వాలి, అది మనకి వికి రీచ్ అవ్వాలి. సో ఫైనల్ వాల్యూ ఈజ్ వి. ఓకే, సో వాట్ ఈజ్ ఇనిషియల్ వాల్యూ, ఇనిషియల్ వాల్యూ జీరో. అండ్ ఫైనల్ వాల్యూ ఏంటి, వి కాబట్టి జీరో మైనస్ వి. సో నేను వి గానే తీసుకుంటున్నాను. ఇంటూ, సో మనకి ఇక్కడ ఈ పవర్ టీ మైనస్ టీఐ బై ఆర్సీ కదా, ఇనిషియల్ టైం జీరో కాబట్టి మీరు సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేస్తే ఈ పవర్ మైనస్ టీ బై ఆర్సీ వస్తుంది. అంటే సేమ్ ఈక్వేషన్ వి విల్ గెట్. ఓకే, సో బై యూజింగ్ దిస్ ఈక్వేషన్ వీ కెన్ find the voltage across the capacitor at any instant of time. మీరు ఏ ఇన్స్టాంట్ ఆఫ్ టైమ్ లో అయినా వోల్టేజ్ అక్రాస్ ద కెపాసిటర్ ని మనం ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేయొచ్చు బై యూజింగ్ దిస్ ఈక్వేషన్. ఓకే, సో మనం ఇక్కడ ఏంటి, పల్స్ ఇన్పుట్ కి మనం సపరేట్ గా ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్ ని అనలైజ్ చేయాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. ఎందుకు, జీరో టు టీపీ దగ్గర ఇట్ యాక్ట్స్ యాజ్ ఏ step input. At t is equal to TP, it suddenly falls to zero. Means it also gradually decreases. Okay, so you have to remember these equations. So this is v naught 1 of t and this is v naught 2 of t. So this is decreases from vp at point vp. So what is this case, this is for when the time constant is very very large compared to pulse width. అంటే pulse width కన్నా ఈ time constant ఎక్కువగా ఉందనుకోండి, ఏమవుతుంది, అది మనకి మాక్సిమం వాల్యూని రీచ్ అవ్వదు. ఓకే, ఎక్కడో ఒక పాయింట్ దగ్గర రీచ్ అవుతుంది, మళ్ళీ ఈ పాయింట్ దగ్గర ఇన్పుట్ సడన్ గా ఫాలో అయింది కాబట్టి ఇక్కడ నుంచి గ్రాడ్యువల్ గా డిక్రీజ్ అవుతుంది. Okay, and next case, so this is, see here, for tau is not very large, not very small. అంటే ఇక్కడ మనం టైం కాన్స్టెంట్ ఏంటి, మరీ లార్జ్ కాదు, అలానే మరీ తక్కువ కాదు. ఓకే, సో ఇక్కడ ఎలా తీసుకుంటున్నాం మన టైం కాన్స్టెంట్ అనేది, గ్రేటర్ దాన్ టీపీ కాకుండా లెస్ దాన్ టీపీ కాకుండా అజ్యూమ్ చేసుకుంటున్నాం. అంటే ఏమవుతుంది, ఇది ఒక పర్టికులర్ ఇన్స్టాంట్ ఆఫ్ టైం దగ్గర మాక్సిమం వాల్యూని రీచ్ అవుతుంది. ఓకే, సో అంటే ఇక్కడ ఎలా తీసుకుంటున్నాము, టీ ఈజ్ ఐ మీన్ టౌ, దిస్ టైం కాన్స్టెంట్ టౌ ఈజ్ జస్ట్ లెస్ దాన్ టీపీ, జస్ట్ లెస్ దాన్ టీపీ. ఓకే, దీనికన్నా తక్కువే ఉంది కాబట్టి దీనికి ముందుగానే ఇది మాక్సిమం వాల్యూని రీచ్ అవుతుంది. బట్ నాట్ టూ స్మాల్, యూ హ్యావ్ టు రిమెంబర్ దట్ వన్. ఓకే, సో ఇక్కడ నుంచి చూడండి, ఇది ఎక్స్పోనెన్షియల్ గా ఇంక్రీజ్ అవుతూ మాక్సిమం వాల్యూని రీచ్ అయింది కదా. సో ఇక్కడ మీరు ఈ ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్ రాయాలి, v naught 1 of t. And at this point, so at this point, at t is equal to tp, what is v naught? What is V naught? V ni reach అయింది. At t is equal to TP, V naught దేని reach అయింది? V value ని reach అయింది. అంటే ఇక్కడ what is output voltage? V. So you need not to find any value. ఓకే, అండ్ ఆఫ్టర్ దాట్ ఇక్కడ ఏమైంది మనకి, ఇది సడన్ గా జీరోకి ఫాలో అయినప్పుడు ఇది గ్రాడ్యువల్ గా డిక్రీజ్ అవుతూ వచ్చింది. ఓకే, సో ఇక్కడ మనం V naught of 2 కి ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్ రాస్తాం కదా. సో ఎక్కడి నుంచి డిక్రీజ్ అవుతుంది, ఇది VP అని రాసాము. సో బట్ ఇది వచ్చేసరికి V. వాట్ ఈస్ VP హియర్? VP is equal to V. In this case only, VP is equal to V, that into e power minus of t minus TP by RC. Okay, that is only the change. Okay, compared to previous case, remaining all are same. Okay, so in next case we are going to assume if the time constant is very very small, very very small. Okay, so this is the time constant. This is very very small compared to the pulse width, compared to the pulse width. Okay, so if the time constant is very very small, within the less time it reaches the maximum value. Within the less time it reaches the maximum value. See here, from these three cases you may observe, ఇక్కడ చూడండి మనం పల్స్ ఇన్పుట్ ఇచ్చాము. పల్స్ ఇన్పుట్ ఇచ్చినప్పుడు అవుట్పుట్ కూడా ఇక్కడ చూడండి సేమ్ పల్స్ లానే ఉంది, విత్ స్మాల్ డిస్టార్షన్, విత్ స్మాల్ డిస్టార్షన్. ఓకే, ఈ స్మాల్ డిస్టార్షన్ ఎప్పుడు వస్తుంది? మన టైం కాన్స్టెంట్ ఆర్సి అనేది పల్స్ విడ్త్ కన్నా చాలా చాలా తక్కువగా ఉన్నప్పుడు we may get the original shape with small distortion. Original shape with small distortion. Okay, if the time constant is very very large compared to the pulse width, compared to the pulse width, output lo manaki em vastundi? Distortion means the shape of the signal will be changed at the output. Distortion ante enti? Shape anedi manaki change avutundi output lo. Okay, so these all are the topics. ఓకే, ఈ సెషన్ లో మనం ఏమేం డిస్కస్ చేసాము? లో పాస్ ఫిల్టరింగ్ యాక్షన్ డిస్కస్ చేసాము, అండ్ స్టెప్ ఇన్పుట్ ఇచ్చినప్పుడు అవుట్పుట్ రెస్పాన్స్ ఎలా ఉంటుంది అనేది అబ్జర్వ్ చేసాము. అలానే పల్స్ ఇన్పుట్ ఇచ్చినప్పుడు దాని యొక్క అవుట్పుట్ రెస్పాన్స్ అబ్జర్వ్ చేసాము 3 కేసెస్ లో. ఏంటి? ఆర్సీ టైం కాన్స్టెంట్ అనేది పల్స్ విడ్త్ కన్నా తక్కువగా ఉంటే, ఆర్సీ టైం కాన్స్టెంట్ అనేది పల్స్ విడ్త్ కన్నా ఎక్కువగా ఉంటే ఎలా ఉంటుంది అనేది అబ్జర్వ్ చేసాం. ఓకే, సో మనం ఇన్పుట్ ఏదైతే ఇచ్చామో సేమ్ ఇన్పుట్ ని అవుట్పుట్ లో గెట్ చేయొచ్చు ఈ కేసెస్ లో కూడా. ఎప్పుడు ఆర్సీ టైం కాన్స్టెంట్ ఈస్ వెరీ వెరీ మచ్ లెస్ దాన్ ద పల్స్ విడ్త్. సో ఇన్ దట్ కేస్ టు, సో వీ మే గెట్ స్మాల్ డిస్టార్షన్. ఓకే, మనకి కొంచెం షేప్ చేంజ్ అనేది ఉంటుందన్నమాట అవుట్పుట్ లో. ఓకే, సో నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్లో వచ్చేసరికి మనము స్క్వేర్ ఇచ్చినప్పుడు ఎలా ఉంటుంది, ర్యాంప్ ఇచ్చినప్పుడు ఎలా ఉంటుంది, ఎక్స్పోనెన్షియల్ ఇచ్చినప్పుడు ఎలా ఉంటుంది అనేది అబ్జర్వ్ చేస్తాము. సో దీనికి మీరు నోట్స్ ప్రిపేర్ చేసుకోండి, ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉంటే అడగండి.